The French actor Jean-Paul Belmondo spent almost an entire film, the 1960s classic Bout du Souffle Breathless, with a Gauloise dangling from his lips. Audrey Tautou portrayed the designer Coco Chanel pinning haute couture dresses while smoking. Jacques Tati was rarely without his pipe, and Brigitt, Jean Moreau, Catherine Deneuve, Gérard Depardieu and Alain Delon all puffed their way through decades of S. Hardly surprising then that a call for French directors to stub out smoking on screen has been greeted with a mix of disbelief and outright ridicule. It has also prompted the existential question, what would French cinema be without the cigarette? The debate was ignited after the socialist senator Nadine Gauloise accused France's filmmakers of continuing to advertise for the tobacco industry. Brigitte Bardot was often filmed with a cigarette. Photograph Rex Shutterstock. 70% of new French films have at least one scene of someone smoking. This more or less helps to make its use banal, even promote it, to children and adolescents, Gauloise told the Senat, the upper house of Parliament. Her remarks, made during a debate on the government's plan to raise the price of cigarettes and tobacco, sparked the interest of the health minister, Agnès Buzyn, who said she would talk to her cabinet colleague, the culture minister, Françoise Nissan. "I don't understand why the cigarette is so important in French cinema," Buzyn said, promising firm action to fight smoking. A study published 5 years ago by a French anti-cancer group found that 80% of the 180 films surveyed by the organization featured a reference to smoking, someone lighting up an ashtray, a packet of cigarettes, and 10% had more than 10 such scenes. France TV pointed out if the film smoking ban was made retrospective, it would mean screening only a handful of films by Delon or Belmondo, no more biographies of celebrated smokers such as singer Serge Gainsbourg, a frenetic consumer of filterless gitanes. There would also be no more spy thrillers like James Bond and severe cuts to the vast majority of classic French from the 1950s and 60s. Jean-Paul Belmondo, a prolific on-screen smoker. Photograph Paul Popper Photography. The World Health Organization (WHO) called last year for films featuring smoking to be given an adult rating. It claimed 44% of all Hollywood films released in 2014 contained someone smoking, and that the S were the last frontier in the promotion of tobacco. It claimed 37% of adolescent smokers had taken up the habit after seeing it in a film. Critics have hit back at the proposal on social media. Le Cinéma est mort, a program on the Rennes-based Radio Canal, said on Twitter at the same time, French film stars should from now on eat 5 fruit and vegetables a day. Le Tribune de l'Art, an art history website, tweeted, "I expect taking drugs, exceeding the speed limit, crossing the road outside the marks and obviously anyone will soon be banned from films. Are they crazy?" On Europe 1 Radio, the philosopher Raphael Enthoven said the idea might have been made with good intentions but was little more than censorship under the pretext of public health. Injecting morality into the seventh art cinema is like pouring cola into a Chateau Lafite, he said.